All right, so here's practice test number 2 for the test on Thursday, your final exam here at Cardinals Millman High School. It's been a pleasure traveling with you this year on your journey to college. Are the trades? The trades are still good. All right. So the first one is the distributive property. So 5 times 3x is 15x, and 5 times 2 is 10. So it's 15x plus 10, which is choice 2. Evaluate for x equal -4. Remember to put it in parentheses, especially if you're using your calculator. Because if you put in -4 squared, you'll get -16, but that's really positive 16. And this is -4 plus 10. So this is 16 minus 8 over -4 plus 10 is 6. So this is 8 over 6, which is 4/3. All right, so that's number 3. The expression 4x plus 6 is equal to 34. So we could solve for x with that statement right there. Okay, and then we'll talk about the other part. And then they want to know for some value of x, then what is the value of 2x plus 5 equals? What does that equal? So we're going to take the x that we find here and we're going to plug it in there. So we're going to subtract 6, or you're going to subtract 6, get -3. Oops, this is 34. I knew something looked fishy. All right, is equal to 34. So this is 34 minus 6 is 28. All right, then we divide by 4. Divide by 4, we get x is equal to 7. And then we're going to plug it into this expression to see what that equals. So 2 times 7 plus 5 is 14 plus 5, which is 19. So this is choice 3. The binomial is equivalent to, so you could factor out a common factor. The common factor here is 4. And then 16x divided by 4 is 4x. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. Or you can just go through all the choices and use the distributive property. And if you do that, you'll see that this one is 16x, and 4 times -3 is -12, which is the same thing. So this is choice 4. All right, then we have a FOIL. X times x is x squared. X times 9 is plus 9x. -4 times x is minus 4x. And minus -4 times 9 is -36. If you combine these two in the middle, you get x squared plus 5x minus 36, which is choice number 2. All right, let's go on. The next page. All right, so this one's caused some problems in the past, but we're going to raise 2 to the 3rd power, right? Because it's 1 times 3, so it's 2 to the 3rd. And then we have to do x to the 3 times 3. So 2 to the 3rd is 8, and 3 times 3 is 9. So it's 8x to the 9th power, which is choice number 4. Okay, which of the following is the solution to the equation? Some of you are still multiplying by 3 first. You can't, you have to undo the subtraction and addition. So you add 6 to both sides. You get x plus 12 over 3 is equal to 10. And now you multiply both sides by 3. And you have x plus 12, these cancel out, is equal to 30. This is a 10. Then we're gonna subtract 10 from both sides. Oh, this is 12 actually. 12. See, I can't read my whole handwriting. Okay, then we're gonna subtract 12 from both sides. And we get x is equal to 18, which is number 4. All right, and then Olivia needs at least $625, right? So her total has to add up to that. She has 185 saved, so that's like a constant. And she's gonna get 60 per week. So 60 times W. And now we're gonna just solve that for W, and we'll see how many weeks it takes her to purchase the bike. So we're gonna subtract 185, subtract 185, and we get 44 is equal to 60 W. And then if you divide this by 60, divide this by 60, we get W is equal to 7.3. All right, and some decimal. So at 7 weeks, she won't have enough. She'll be short of the the $625. She'll be short. She has to really go to the 8th week before she'll have much. She'll have a little left over also, but that's when she'll have enough to buy the bike. So that's choice 3. This one here, negative 3x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 17. Subtract 2 from both sides. You get negative 3x is greater than or equal to 15. Then we're going to divide by negative 3. So then we turn the sign around. So now we're going to take the sign and it's going to be pointing the other way. So we have x is less than or equal to negative 5. And like I always say, if you keep the x on the left side of the equation, it points to the side that you're going to shade, right? It's pointing to the left. So this one is 4. You know, and there's other ways you can do it. You can, plug it in from the graph, but I wouldn't advise that. All right, let's go on. Number 10. We got to find g of 9. So if we plugged in g of 9 is equal to 2 times f of 9 plus 6. Now, what the heck is f of 9, right? Well, we have an f function, so we can evaluate this for f of 9, right? It's equal to 4 minus 2 square root of 9. This becomes f of 9 is equal to 4 minus 2 times 3. Okay, so f of 9 is equal to 4 minus 6. So f of 9 is equal to negative 2. So now we could take this g function and we can plug that f of 9 is equal to negative 2. So here we have 2, and we're going to replace this with negative 2. So it's 2 times negative 2 plus 6, which is equal to negative 4 plus 6, which is 2. So this is choice 2. They want to know the slope, right? So we have the x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, our slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is 21 minus 3 over 3 minus negative 9. Oops, negative 9. Okay, so this in the numerator we get 18, and this becomes plus over 12, and this reduces to, they're both divisible by 6, so 3 over 2. So it's 3 over 2. Number 2. All right, we've had a ton of these, right? The y-intercept is positive. It's a positive number. And the slope we're going down from left to right. So that's a negative slope. Okay, so automatically, we can eliminate these two because they have 3 and 4 because they have negative y-intercepts. So we need a negative slope and a positive y-intercept, and that's number 1. Number 2 has a positive slope. All right, so this one is number 1. Number 13. A line with a slope of -4 passes through the point 6, -6, 2. Okay, which is the following the equation of the line. So y equals mx plus b, we know everything but b. We know m is -4, we know x is -6, and we know y is 2. So let's plug those numbers in, right? This is y is 2. The slope is -4. And the x is -6 plus b, right? So we have 2 is equal to -4 times -6, and negative times a negative is a positive 24 plus b. And we're going to subtract 24 from both sides. And we get b is equal to -22. Okay, now let's put it all together. We know y is equal to the slope, which is the -4, x, and the y-intercept is -22. So this one is choice number 4. All right, which equation is true for all points in the horizontal line? So horizontal lines are this way. These are y equals, all the y's, there's the same amount above or below the x-axis depending on what the y coordinate. So it's going to be the y coordinate is -3. And then if it was a vertical line, it would be x equal to -5, right? You would use the x coordinate. All right, a few more. Number 15, a fitness club has a one-time fee of $75. All you Planet Fitness people out there, right? And it's $30 each month, so it's 30 times M, and that's the total cost. Okay, so this was choice 3. This one here has a y-intercept of 1, 2, 3, -4, right? Okay, and then if you do the slope is like up 1, 2, and over 1. 2 over 1. So my slope is 2, and my y-intercept is -4. So that one is choice B, right? So y is equal to 2x minus 4, which is the second choice. All right, in the table below of inputs and outputs, we want to find which one is the relationship here. Well, f of x is y, right? So if we call this one x1, x2, this is y1, and y2, we can find the slope, right? We take -1 minus -5, and we put in 0 minus -2. Okay, so this becomes -1 plus 5 over 0 plus 2. So this is 4 over 2, which is 2. Now we have y is equal to 2 times x. Now, what's the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept happens when x is equal to 0, so the point's given to us, right? When x is 0, y is -1. So we just put -1 here. That's the b. And so we have the first equation represents that relationship. All right, and the last one I have for you on the multiple choice, and if you get all of these, you're really golden. Okay, which of the following point lies on the graph y equals 2x plus 1? So I started with the first one, I plugged in 9, right? So 3, 9. So 9 is y is equal to 2 times 3 plus 1. This is 6 plus 1 is not equal to 7, right? 9 is not equal to 7, so it can't be that one. And I went on to the second one and I put in 7 is equal to 2 times 3 plus 1. This becomes 6 plus 1. That's equal to 7. Yes, it is. So 7 is equal to 7. All right. So that's the part ones. I'm going to make a part 2 later this afternoon and post them all tonight, which is Tuesday, by the time I go home here. All right. Have a great day. Good luck on your test. And I'll see you during the week.